Everyone, there are times in life when the future looks pitch black, isn't there? When news of restructuring at work hits and your position feels precarious, a sense of hopelessness rushes in. Where could I possibly go at my age? What about my family? Or perhaps you receive an unexpected diagnosis during a checkup and despair takes over. Is this where my life ends? This is exactly like the Israelites facing the overflowing Jordan River, a massive wall that seems impossible to cross by one's own strength. At that moment, Joshua calls all the people together and says one thing. Come here and listen to the words of the Lord your God. Joshua 3 verse 9. Joshua refers to God as El Chai, the living God. The gods of the surrounding nations back then were dead idols, made of wood or stone. But the God we believe in is the very essence of dynamic life. He breathes beside us, sees our pain, and is moving on our behalf even now. Joshua promises that God will certainly drive out Yerash, the 7 nations of Canaan v. 10. Here, to drive out means more than just removing an opponent. It carries the meaning of granting that land as an inheritance. God is the one who drives out the stress, addictions, and patterns of failure in our lives, filling those spaces with his peace and victory. However, his method is unique. The people do not jump in first. Instead, the Ark of the Covenant, Haberet, which symbolizes God's presence, enters the river first v. 13. A covenant is, simply put, a promise. God's promise goes before us into the sight of the impossible. Just as the Ark divided the Jordan, in the New Testament, Jesus Christ crossed the river of all our curses and death first. In the face of a life crisis, we may pace back and forth wondering, how can I cross this river? But the truth is, Jesus has already stepped into those waters. Through his death on the cross and his resurrection, Jesus became our new covenant, standing in the flow of despair to hold back the waters we must cross. Joshua proclaimed that the flow of the river would be cut off the moment the soles of the priest's feet touched the water. Now lift your head before the wall of impossibility that torments you. We do not believe in a dead God. We believe in the living God in Jesus Christ. We do not break through the waves by our own strength. We take a step forward by holding onto the promise of Jesus, who has already gone before us. The situation remains the same, but because Jesus lives, I will take one step today. When you make this confession, the overflowing Jordan before you will divide, and dry land will appear. I am certain that the living God will make a way in your life today.